Cheers, mate. This is EA5JZ.
Victor Kilo 5, India Romeo. We'll try a second time.
Victor Kilo 5, India Radio. Hope you've not got a sore face, Theo.
No, I've fixed them up, Paul.
Good on you. Everything okay then?
Apparently there was some commotion across the road. I don't know what it was, but it was all over by the time I got out there. Wife and kids were pulling into the driveway. There was some yelling and screaming and something going on. But anyway, police have since been called and yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's all over. But anyway, I hope you're well, mate. I don't remember, when did we last speak? Let's have a look. April. So wow, it's been a little while. I am running a different radio since then. I'm now using a Hermes Lite 2 with running pure signal. So hopefully that's all looking and sounding okay on your end there, Paul. You're 5 and 9. Sometimes you're peaking 10 over. EA5JZ, VK5IR.
VK5IR, EA5JZ. Oh, I knew you were on the Hermes Lite. I've obviously seen your stuff on Facebook with your video clips, etc. And the signal looks lovely on the waterfall, nice and straight and clean, good edges, all good. I think a lot of people now begin to realise how good Thetis is with pure signal, and a lot of people turning to the SDR stuff, which is great for us, of course. Less splatter, less noise from adjacent frequencies, which is always good to hear. So hopefully a few others will join in and enjoy the fun of pure signal and everything good about the whole thing. I know a lot of people don't like the SDR, and I'll be honest, I didn't think I would ever go down the route of SDR, but I'll tell you what, I don't think I'll ever go back, to be honest with you, Theo. I'm looking for, I sold the TS990, I've got a Yaesu 51000 here as a standby radio just now, and I've still got my old 902DM. But I'll sell the 1000 and I'm thinking about buying something else, another SDR. I don't know what route to go down. I don't know whether to buy a G2 Ultra and have that as a standby, or whether to hang on and I'd see some other SDR stuff in the market. I don't know if they're, how they operate, how good they are. I think I run it, a couple of them run Thetis as well. And some of them are pretty nice looking radios, but I don't want to dive in at the deep end. I'll kind of hang fire just now and see what happens. But the money's there after selling the 990. I sold that back in May, so I've got the money sitting here for that. That was just an ornament. As much as I loved the 990, it was doing nothing, mate. No point in sitting and losing money. May as well sell it and get some decent money for a while I could. I sold it quite cheap actually, but I was happy with it. The guy that bought it was well happy, so all good. But no, you're sounding good. I just wonder, well, put it back so you can let me know what you think of Thetis and the Hermes in comparison to the Flex that you were running. I wonder what I'm assuming your preference now is the Hermes Lite. I'm assuming so, but maybe you could confirm that or give me other thoughts, Theo. You're 5'9" plus 10 on peaks here, no?
EA5JZ, VK5IR returning. I'll just make sure I'm not doubling. Hang on.
Yeah, on you go.
Yeah. Look, I'm very happy with Thetis. The reason I bought the Hermes, I was very, very happy with my Sun SDR. I was really happy with it, but I was itching to try Thetis, and I really wanted to try Pure Signal. And I got the Hermes back in May. And I'm sorry to say the Sun SDR has been out of action ever since. Not for any reason. I wasn't unhappy with it. I'm just really enjoying the Thetis. So I get good performance out of it. Thetis is very customizable, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm getting some good signal reports. So I'm very happy. And I haven't looked back. So yeah, just trying to tailor the audio. Make sure the audio is sounding good. I think I've got it to a point where it's sounding pretty good. I'm not using anything special here, not like you. I'm just using a COS headset, which is spelled Kilo Oscar Sierra Sierra. I was using an electric headset, the same brand that I was using on the Sun SDR, but on the Hermes it was a little bit hot. Even with the mic gain, I'd back the mic gain off a little bit, and then I find it wouldn't be enough, and the kids would be yelling from across the house, and I could hear it. And so I went and got the same brand headset, but I got a dynamic element, so it doesn't pick up a lot of background noise like the electric ones do. And so far so good, but I'm just trying to make it sound good, and I think I've got it sounding okay. But I'd be more than happy to be a subject of your criticism. So let me know what you think of the audio. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. EA5JZ VK5IR.
No, I think it sounds excellent. Mate. Everybody has their own idea what they want to listen to. I think you sound good. I would prefer a bit more punch, if you know what I mean. But that's only my preference. There's nothing wrong with your audio whatsoever. I just like it to be really loud and punchy. I don't know if it's because if I'm going deaf, but I've always liked really loud, punchy audios. And that's the only thing I would say that could maybe get a bit more punch, a bit more audio about it. But listen, don't take that in a bad way. It sounds really good, and the signal's as clean as a whistle. And by the way, Theo, that's one thing about when you're running Thetis. Or possibly, I don't know if all the SBR radios are the same. I don't think they are, but with the Anan and the Hermes and Thetis, you don't need expensive microphones. You can get even a cheap headset and a cheap microphone sounding brilliant. I know some of the guys are running, is it the Fiduce or something like that? There's a couple of cheap microphones that guys are running, and they sound brilliant. You just get that audio set up, the profile running, your EQ, and whatever you want to do with it, you'll get any mic sounding really good on it, I think, and there's no doubt about that. I mean, I've got this NTK, and I bought just I had the money there, mate. I thought, what the hell? I didn't need to do it. I could have ran the PR40. As a matter of fact, the microphone I used before the NTK was a Rode Pod mic, and it sounded brilliant. A $60 microphone, and it was brilliant. But I just wanted something that looked a wee bit. Don't get me wrong, the Pod mic's a nice looking mic, but I do prefer the look of the NTK, and whether it's any better or not, I don't know. I don't think most people would notice the difference, to be honest with you. But I changed the tube in this, actually. I replaced the old tube, which I think was I can't remember what it is now. Is it it'll come back to me, but I replaced it with a Philips Echo Charlie 88, which is supposed to improve things in the mid-range. It'll take a wee while, obviously, because it's a brand new tube. I think it's 80 hours, they say, to burn it in. I've only been using it for about 6 or 7 hours. Whether it'll be noticeable to our ears, I don't know. I doubt it. But anyway, for 30 quid for the tube, I thought it was worth the gamble. So that's the only thing I've done here, mate. But no, you sound brilliant, and Sun SDR. I thought it was a flex, but I remember you now mentioning the Sun SDR. I know a lot of guys are very happy with the Hermes. Obviously, I think is it 10 watts or certainly low power. So that's the only thing. But for the money those things cost. To get you started off, I think is a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Really a great value for money of that. There's no doubt. I don't know if they're getting more expensive now because they're becoming more popular or not, but I know at one point you could buy them as cheap as chips, Theo. But anyway, I've got a good pal of mine in Frequency. I know a good mate of mine for years and years ago. We were good friends back in Glasgow. Not Glasgow, but Paul, very, very good mates. He moved to Australia back in 1990. He was active for a while and then lost touch with radio, and he's now just recently get back into the hobby again. He's on Frequency as well, so I'll go back and have a chat with Paul in just a second, Theo, if you don't mind. But listen, don't take my comments in a bad way. Your audio's excellent, sounds great, and listen, it doesn't matter what you're running, what you've got, there's always room for improvement for everybody and everything. Don't care what anybody says, Theo.
EA5JZ VK5IR. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate the comments. Look, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to tuning the audio. Adam, VK2PW, knows a fair bit about it. We've had a look at it. but this microphone is very different to the other one. I think I've got it sounding okay. Look, I'm like you, I like a bit of punch. I think it's okay, but always happy to accept other people's comments. And look, I was like you when I first moved to an SDR. I was worried that I'd miss all the knobs and dials. And it was actually Adam, VK2PW, who said, you'll forget about the knobs and dials in about 20 minutes. And he was right. I couldn't go back. I love the SDR. I love the technology. I like the fact that you can play around with it so much. And yeah, for what it is, this radio, cheap as chips, and you know, its capabilities are amazing. It does put only 5 watts, but that's enough to just drive my amp to 400 watts. The VK amps will on 20 meters. It depends what bands you're on. Sometimes it's a touch under, but the 5 watts out of the Hermes will actually get no more than 420 watts out of the VK amps. So I'm happy with that. We're only allowed 400 watts, so that's fine. Now you said something about getting a new tube. I didn't quite catch that. You sound fine to me. You always do. I think you sound a little less bassy than you normally do, but the audio is great. It's sounding really good here. So no criticisms there. EA5JZ VK5IR.
VK5IR EA5JZ. Well, it might well be sounding a bit bassy. I don't know. I've no way of telling. I'm relying on others telling me. I can of course monitor it, but I don't think I'm hearing it too much on the monitor. So that's interesting. I'll have a wee chat with Andrew later, VK6IA, and he can let me know if he thinks the same thing. Then obviously, maybe the different tube on the microphone requires a slight adjustment on the profile. That could be one thing. Is there any way you can? I'm assuming you can record and play back on yours. Is there any way you could do a quick recording, Theo? If not, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I'd like to hear it for myself. Whether I'd remember or not is difficult to say. But if it is a bit bassy, then there's maybe a slight adjustment required in the profile. I can always go back to the other tube as well. But I'd need to wait till this one cools down. It would burn the fingers off me if I tried it now. So that's the only downside. I'd have to wait till the tube cooled down a wee bit. So you can let me know anyway. But it's great to catch up with you. I'll be in here every day, Theo. Your signal's magnificent, by the way. You're easily 10 over 9, sometimes a wee bit more. So with 400 watts, you don't need any more than that. Your signal's absolutely superb.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, no, look, you sound good. What I said was it sounds like it's a little less bassier than usual, but it sounds fine. I'm actually recording the entire queue, so via screen recording. I'll probably upload it to my YouTube later. It's something I like to do. However, I did record a little bit of you before. Hopefully this is an accurate representation. Stand by.
Deal. I'd like to hear it for myself. Whether I'd remember or not is difficult to say. But if it is a bit bassy, then there's maybe a slight adjustment required in the deal.
Anyway, that was what I heard. But if you want to see how you really sound, just watch the video in about half an hour or so. I'll let you go now, mate. I know you wanted to chat to your buddy on the side, so that's fine. Great to catch you, mate. It's been a while. Great to hear you back on the air. And I'll talk to you soon. EA5JZ VK5IR.
VK5IR, EA5JZ. Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense now that you said that. I picked you up wrong. I thought you said a bit bassier, but you've said a little bit less bass. So, yeah, I think I could hear that myself. I might have to reduce I like a wee bit of bass in the audio, as you know. I'll try out the other tube later on, make a couple of tests with Andrew and see what he thinks. Take it from there. But no, thanks for the recording. I'll have a wee listen and watch your video later on in the afternoon whenever you get it uploaded. Theo. Listen, mate, thanks for the recording. Thanks for your time as always. And I'll talk to you soon. Great signal, sounding brilliant. VK5IR, EA5JZ. Good morning.
Yeah, okay, Paul. That's fine, mate. Next time we chat, maybe if you could take a quick recording of mine, I'd love to see how I sound on your end. But all right, buddy. Look, the video will be up. Give it, I don't know, give it 20 minutes, half an hour. The video should be up, and just go look me up on YouTube, and you'll see it there. Great to catch you, buddy. 73. Have a good one, and we'll talk again soon. EA5JZ, VK5IR. Cheers, Paul.
VK5IR, EA5JZ. I'll let you hear a quick recording now. I've got the noise reduction on, but I think you've had as well. But here we go, listen. I don't know, give it 20 minutes, half an hour, the video should be up. And just go look me up on YouTube and you'll see it there. Thank you, Catch It Buddy 73. There you go. How's that, Theo?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good on my end. Thanks, Paul. I'll let you go. Take it easy, and we'll talk soon. 7-3.
Always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for your company. 73 for now, Tom. And Victor Kilo 5, Papa Yankee. How you doing, mate?